Hey everyone, it's Daemonion, and I have another sound design dev diary update for you guys. This time concerning EAX Sound Environments. And EAX stands for Environmental Audio Extension, and it's essentially a tool to simulate real world acoustics to audio in the game procedurally. So STALKER originally shipped with EAX, and a lot of people were having trouble with it, but it was never really implemented in STALKER. And one of my big goals for L.U.R.K was to get this working. It is a lot of work. Some of it is tedious, and to be honest, it's not all working well. And I'm not 100% sure if it's going to make it into 1.2 just because I'm having so much trouble with it. But I'm continuing to work with it, and I'll go ahead and get started with the shader editor. So I have the shader editor open right now, and this is what I use to create and edit my sound tables. And the sound tables are like the meat and bones and flesh and all the stuff of the EAX environments. Without a good sound table, then the environment is just going to sound like shit. And since L.U.R.K 1.2 is awesome, I don't want to put in shitty sound tables. So the one that I created, and I've been doing all my experimenting with, is one that I have named Short Corridor. And I will give you one guess as to what type of environment that emulates. So my inspiration was like a short cement hallway, essentially. So short cement hallway equals a lot of reverb and, depending on the size of the room, a fair bit of decay, meaning how long it takes for the sound to die out, essentially. Particularly when it comes to firearms, as a firearms instructor, I've spent a lot of time around guns in shooting houses, warehouses, and all kinds of indoor environments, and the amount of reverb that they create is pretty jarring. So I want to try and replicate that in these close indoor environments, while still, not just creating something that's obscenely loud. Something that still has enough subtlety to it to blend in and fit in well with all the things that we like about STALKER. So these are the actual settings here that the filters, I called them earlier. The size of the room, the amount of diffusion, the amount of decay, reverb, how many reflections, so on and so forth. And these variables are kind of finicky, so I don't really use all of them, because not all of them work well, and STALKER actually doesn't have the full EAX 2.0 tool set for some reason. Maybe it was a licensing thing or they ran out of money, but it's an incomplete feature set. So once this is done and I have it sounding the way I want, I then import it into the level editor, where I actually create a three-dimensional box that represents the sound environment. So I'm going to do that next. So I'm opening up my favorite test level, Cordon, which I'm sure we are all very familiar with, so I can show you guys the sound environments. So I'm going to select sound environment here on the little edit mode panel. I'm going to hit the select tool, click on this little purple mood lighting box. Yes, of course, X-Ray. I would expect nothing less of you. It does that all the time. It's best to just ignore it. Let it throw its little temper tantrum and then move on with your modding. So here we go. Sound environment. There it is. It's basically a three-dimensional cube. I mean, you can make it in the shape of a rectangle. You can make it in whatever I guess square shape you want. I can't draw it, to fit really specific shapes, I have to just continue to make squares. So once I make a square, a sound environment, I then go to properties here, and under the environment inner and outer, I set which sound table I want to use. So in this case, I have it set to short corridor. I don't even know what plant is. I don't know what they mean by that. I can't believe I haven't noticed that before. Anyway, all these other ones sound really shitty, so I had to make my own. And if I continue to use these, I will continue to make my own. So environment inner is the what sound table is attributed to inside the box, and apparently environment outer is the opposite, and the one that's outside the box. Although that doesn't really seem to work, so I don't know why that's really there. But the game crashes if you don't set one. So once you have this set to the table you want, and you place it in the area you want to create the environment in. So this is my short corridor. The sound table gets, and the filters and procedural effects and everything get they get activated once the player steps into this space. It takes about 4 seconds or so for it to fade in completely, and then once you step out, it just kind of stops abruptly. Another little X-ray engine quirk, but you learn to live with them, and there's really nothing I can do about it. So once you have this done, you basically just, validate the scene and compile the game, and then send the files you need to into the game data folder, and test it out in your most recent build, which I'm gonna showcase for you guys next. So, like I figured, I could not get my microphone working at the same time as I was recording the game footage, but no big deal. So really, this is a work-in-progress video of the sound environments to showcase what is possible with them. This particular one is of the short corridor that I was demoing for the rest of the video. But I am experimenting with having, say, the entire level encased in just one gigantic sound environment, and then within that, having 12 to 20, 25 more smaller sound environments, like in the buildings and such. So like I said, it's work in progress, and I still have a lot of obstacles to overcome with this. As you'll see, that 4-second fade in is kind of annoying, and sounds that would normally be too far away for you to hear, or that would normally be at a really low level, once you're in the sound environment, they for some reason just get completely amplified. And I haven't figured out how to get around that yet. So I'm going to keep working at it. If you guys like it, let me know in the comments or in the forum thread. If you have any other questions or just feel like sharing anything, please do so. I'll respond to you as quick as I can. Hope you guys enjoy the video.